had lightning strikes all summer, but no blackouts. Through May and June, lightning came without rain, rising out of New Jersey like a laser concert, and slicing east in white tracers through Manhattan. Storms were a huge attraction for those of us who moved here from the Midwest. We'd climb up to the rooftops as ritual to watch them roll in from the west, feeling momentarily connected to the cereal grain prairies and humid river valleys that we had worked so desperately to escape. For a long time we did this without worry or risk. After all, in the years when we were still new to the city, rooftops served as our 24-hour parks. They were our unpoliced drug lairs, our water tower jungle gyms.
The storms, however, were different. They were a private matter, a religion best observed alone, and maybe only for the Midwesterners, because they were the ones who were killed. First, it happened to a 23-year-old from St. Louis on a rooftop on Broome Street, then to a 27-year-old from Indiana on a 6th-floor tenement on the Lower East Side. Another lightning death occurred a few weeks later, also to a Midwesterner. The victims were all young men and women who had moved to the city within the last few years, scrounging for jobs or fame, and they had all been struck by a single bolt that ripped the shoes off their feet and melted the coins in their pockets.
I don't know why weather would take her. One grieving mother was quoted as saying, "You expect murders or burglaries, but you don't think your daughter is going to be killed by lightning in the middle of Manhattan." It makes no sense. Most people will tell you that such deaths don't make sense. Lightning strikes contain all of the inexplicable characteristics of coincidence. No reason. Just a dice roll. But I know the real explanation for these deaths. There is one for those who are willing to listen.
The answer lies in the landscape itself. The Manhattan skyline has changed since I moved here from Cincinnati at the age of 18. What no one seems willing to mention is that before the World Trade Center fell, lightning rarely struck any parts of Manhattan other than the towers themselves, as they were the highest conductors in the city. But they are gone, and now we have taken their place.
Tonight, I poured whiskey into 2 glass tumblers and watched snowfall with the television. Outside, taxis sped south toward Bridges, and Dell and I kissed on the bed as close as we could to the air conditioning. Her tongue was dry and her neck heavy. Our faces blue in the television light.
There is a pattern that runs through the generations, a conspiracy in the bloodstream that kills with perfect timing. For many years, I thought nothing from back there could find me. Those stories could be wrong, but they could also be devastatingly correct.
For a while, I was very young here and didn't need to give in to the paranoia. I remember a lot of first days in this city. How morning could lead to a fistfight with a homeless woman, a request by a model scout on Broadway to come into an agency for pictures, an offer of a part-time job cater waiting for a group of Chinese diplomats, or a 4-milligram Klonopin shared with a failed child actor hiding from Hollywood, before riding bicycles around an empty loft in Tribeca until our minds became unglued at dawn. All those first shiny details told us that we had gotten very far from where we started, and that there was good reason to expect more.
We still go up to the rooftops. We still look at the storms dragging in from the west. At some point, we stop thinking of our time here as an open story that would only end well. Lightning doesn't strike the same place twice until it does. Behind every senseless tragedy, there is a careful logic. At some point, the weather changed when no one was looking, and we were no longer so young in New York.